if y'all keep seeing me stop and redo this constantly, it's because I'm trying to. I know she checking the water level. It's because I'm trying to put Isaiah back on here for a quick ending on the 60 days in. I'm just waiting for him to join so I can add him because I couldn't hear for some strange reason. Basically, if you want to see the beginning, Isaiah wants to join. Hello.
We good?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was like so much static in the background. I'm like, damn, I couldn't hear at all.
Yeah.
And then we froze up. But I basically,
But
whatever you want to say, you can say. But I basically put this in on the ending of like whatever people
mhm.
want to listen to or what they want to hear. Like I was telling them before I brought you on. Like if they wanted to see the beginning of what we was talking about, go to your page and then see what we were talking about
Facts.
from the show on 60 Days In. But it's not, and I will say this because I feel like when people be like, oh, if they're talking about 60 Days In, they're just trying to bring the show down or bring people down or whatever because they're lying. I would say like we're not lying. And if you don't want to hear the truth about what 60 Days In, like what it entails, the backstory, off the cameras, on the cameras, what got out, if you don't have anything to hide by telling the truth. Like the only thing that's gonna
Exactly.
happen is okay, shows don't want us, oh whatever. But at least we stood our ground and told the
Right.
truth, and we're not settling for anything less. Because I will say that like some people, you know, if you want to do another show, you do you boo. But that's not me. I just can't sell myself short to
Right.
be like I'm not going to speak on a situation because I want to do another show. Like that makes no damn sense to me, and that's not what I'm
Facts.
going to do. Period. But I will say like even before the show, like people always thought like, okay, I just wanted to be on fame and all this stuff. But there's a particular person, I know I don't spoke on her before, but I'm trying to figure out how I wanted fame so much when I seen this person do Dr. Phil, 60 Days In, Judge
It
Mathis. So I'm just
was like
confused.
we all, and they was like we all could be on TV. This was before we got blocked. This is before I got blocked for defending you.
Oh, I got blocked from, yeah, I
Well,
did. I got
not
blocked from
even
60 Days In.
not even defending you. This is before. Remember, I literally I wasn't in your situation. I was just, hey, that picture looks nice. Like I was just literally uplifting you because I was noticing like, damn, like I seen them put you in a group. It was the three groups that they had from that show, and I seen them put you in a group, and they were just talking mad shit, and I just was like, what? Like it's like it's been like years. Like, can y'all not? And then she went to something that I said months prior months prior to you. It was just something nice that I said. It didn't have nothing to do with her. And she pressed the wild button, and next thing you know it, I was blocked. I was unfriended. And I'm like, okay. I mean,
Like, I think
mm,
that
you breaking up.
okay, I'm back. Sorry, I got a little ghetto internet here. My bad.
Huh?
I'm back.
Are you back? I'm like, okay. I can see you. I can see you and hear you
My
now.
internet my internet goes out sometimes, so I got to walk around the house and play it. But oh, what I will
Okay.
say is that yeah. So when people think I'm talking about her, they're like, "Well, you don't wish her the best if you're talking about her." No, that's false. Yeah, I wish everybody, but even if I don't get along with you, I wish you personally well. I may not speak to you ever again. I don't want you anywhere. I do wish you well. However, when I'm speaking about her or anybody else, I'm speaking about facts, about what I know to be true and what is true. Now,
Right.
I do believe that because she does do that a lot. She used to block me and unblock me and text me and want to be my friend again. I will say I genuinely feel that she has issues, bigger issues than us, bigger issues before the show that she never dealt with. And she, whatever drama goes on, whatever happens, she doesn't like it. And then she attacks people. Like, I don't attack anybody for being her friend. If you want to go be her friend and post on her wall and be kumbaya with her, great. I don't,
Right.
I don't, I'm not gonna stop being your friend because you want to be her friend or you want to be like cool with her. Like, because my issues are with her and it's gonna always be with her. My issues isn't with anybody else. So if people want to talk to her, that's fine. But I think it's crazy how people wanted to talk to me, and if people wanted to say something about
It's a
me, she got
problem.
pissed and mad. But I'm like, I don't do that to you because that's not me. My issue is with you, not the other people.
Right. And my thing is, I'm gonna scout you out. Like if I like even I try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Even if I see the show, I try to be like, listen, let me see who they are, or let me see their character, because I know they didn't put some shit on me, and it made it seem like I was a whole different character, and everybody really be like, "Oh, bro, you cool? Like you, you feel me? I don't know who the hell that was. Like, are you cool? Like you chill? Like, yeah, it's just I don't like that. Like when you get mad because I'm trying to uplift somebody else. I don't understand it at all. But
Correct.
that's
And I have a question that just came in. My bad. Somebody's like, who about? Like, basically, even on his channel, like, you got to go to his Facebook. We was just talking about the show in general and how it stereotypes black people and also the different issues we had prior to the show or behind the cameras, off the cameras, even years later, the issues we continued to have or had, and people didn't know it or people didn't realize it because people just think like, okay, well, you all are this way. This is your character. This is what it is, and that's how you are. And we're trying to tell people like, no, that's not how it was. So basically, that's what we're talking about. And then we was also talking about like certain people because we don't want to jump up names. Now, I told him I do because that's just me. Everybody knows who I'm talking about, but that's what I do. But we don't like
right,
to say names because we don't like to give that power over people to be like make them bigger than what they are. Like, and that person feels good because we put their name in a video, and that's not what we're trying to do. Like, we're not trying to make them any big or bad or whatever or blow up to be something cool. Like, because people like that. You say their name, and I'm like, girl, you mentioning me? You don't like me, but you saying
oh,
my name?
let me
Let
go
me
on
turn it
Facebook
up.
and write this 18-page letter and and have this beef with other people. This is my whole
Right.
thing. If nobody don't say nothing foul towards me, I ain't responding because I'm not gonna hold you. I can see somebody responding to us by tonight.
Oh, I'm for
Saying
sure
some
they will. Now I don't know who,
saying some crazy
but
stuff.
I'm probably gonna get
I'm
all
telling
kind of
you.
inbox stuff. I'm probably people
I'm
gonna
not.
inbox me.
Yeah.
They gonna find me on Instagram. They're gonna request to say something to me. Somebody's gonna have something to say. I might get an ex producer that has something to say. Somebody's always going to
uh,
have something to say, and I'm the same way as you. I actually people think I'm not. I actually do not. When people come at me crazy, whether it's I call them whatever supporters too. If they come at me reckless, it's people supportive of the show, but not me. I don't come at them with the amount of disrespect that they come for me because it's like you don't know me, I don't know you, so who am I to disrespect you or belittle you because you don't like the character that they put me in? Like I'm sorry you feel that way, but the truth is the truth, and I feel like that's for the show. Like people don't understand. Like, and you may have the same thing. Like after the show, of course I had an issue with them. Like I had all kind of hate mail. I had people saying they wanted me to die. They I don't do anything. But at the end of the day, like all I did, I blocked those people. I'm not gonna have a
somebody.
conversation with you, and I'm gonna do what I do because I do live a very good life. I live a very healthy life. I live a very
Right.
blessed life. Like I'm very happy with my fiance and my dog and my family. Like as long as my family and my people and like you good and the people I tolerate is good, like now, honestly, and I don't mean to say this, but what is what it is. Kind of fuck everybody else. If that's how you feel, if you got that much hate in your heart, that's a
Right.
problem you need to deal with, and that's something I can't change.
Right. You still we talking about this subject to bring awareness. It's not like we just coming on here and we just harping about the situation. We actually talking about this to bring awareness and maybe to somebody else because I don't know how many more seasons is going to go on,
Correct.
but maybe to somebody else that actually is going into the situation, they can have their eyes open and ready for the bullshit that is going to occur
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to be put in a whirlwind of bullshit. Like for
Absolutely.
instance, I had not me, but somebody else on this show on my season. They had somebody bust their windows out and leave a note about the show. I lie to you not. They had somebody bust their windows out
That's
on the phone
crazy,
with
and
me. I
that's
was
why
like,
I
wow.
don't where
Hmm.
I live. I don't put the area I live in. I don't. People are crazy, and they do some of everything. People are like, why don't you get a PO box? I don't want a PO box because I have too many people who don't know me personally and don't know the truth, and they're going to put a lot of hate mail to my address. I'm not stupid. I don't want to deal with that. Like, yeah, police officers, but at the end of the day, I deal with my own situations. I don't run to my uncle or anybody else like, hey, can you deal with this because you're a police officer? I deal with my own situations, and I choose to not put that stuff out there because I truly believe that that would have happened to me or anybody else had I said like, this is where I live, or this is who I know, or this is where I am. People come find you because that's how people are. But it's like they don't know anything about the show, and that's what we are doing, bringing awareness to it, and hopefully the people after us understand what you're going to go into. But I hope, and I said this before, that they change. I personally don't think that they will, or that they shows will, and they will address that situation, and they do have the potential to change. I just don't think 60 Days In has the potential to change. They see their ratings, they see what gets them higher ratings, and they know that it's drama, fights. You got to put a little black people in there. You got to put maybe a little white, somebody who's like mixed or Hispanic in there. You got to put a little so-called diversity in there, and then get your ratings by creating drama. Because I kid you not too, I had somebody call me and say, hey, when I did the show, these producers told me, specifically, these producers told me to act like you. They said, be more like Stephanie. And then I said, no, that's false because that was not my character. They made people believe that that was me. But if you're going to be like me, be yourself and be true to who you are. And if they edit you out, then they're going to edit you out to be crazy or mean or evil person or ghetto. Then that's what they're going to edit you out to be. But go in there, be yourself, be true to yourself. And you going to, at the end of the day, you're going to say fuck them. You're going to say fuck them. Because the producers don't care. I ain't never had
They don't
their
care
producer
about
reach
you.
back out to me. No, they don't. They care about their money. No producer
They
reached
don't
out
care
to me.
about you.
No producer still talks to me. Nobody messaged me. But the people who done, sorry to put that out there again, but the people who done slept with certain producers, or who have or that particular person has a relationship with them, I do see that producer continues to write on their timeline. I'm for sure that they text each other. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm for sure that they do. But to me, again, it's bringing awareness because I don't know which show that you sleep with the cast members. I don't
Yeah,
know that
participants.
participants, and
And it's
again,
fun.
they get
And it's
favoritism.
funny. It's funny because another person or like a share or anything, but it was another person who, with that producer worked on a show. That producer worked on a different show, and they told me that the show, because what little do people know, A&E is really based off of another show. It's
Yes,
not a spinoff per se, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, they are
It's
based
based
off of.
on anymore because of certain reasons of people was, messaging inmates and stuff over there. And this was a person that not a, but they real close in that circle. You know how that circle is.
Hmm.
They basically told us, that show got canceled because certain producers was over there, the person of that jail, and they can't film over there no more. So people don't understand, like, it's really deeper than what it is. And back to what you saying about somebody acting like Stephanie, there's another guy. I'm not gonna say if it is after or before your season, but like I seen so much of what he did I was like, somebody telling him how to move. Like, you know how you could just peep stuff? Like, you could just tell, like, you could just tell, like, and I know I wasn't tripping or acting crazy now that you say that, you know, that they was telling her to act more like Stephanie and stuff. Because it's a guy and he's in his 20s too and a black guy. And I was just like, bro, like the whole edit that he's getting, I edit. Understand, people might think we really be tripping, but once you learn this stuff,
I know people
you
think you
know
probably crazy as hell.
it. Yeah, like people like you not gonna really get it unless you know like oh like he getting that Isaiah edit. Like you can tell. And Quentin, they were so much different from me. But they still gave Dion the whole I'm from the hood thing, da 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 da. Like the way they made, and I can't say Dion act a certain way because I fuck with Dion.
Mm-hmm.
But the way, however, his situation was going, I feel like that's the direction that they wanted me to go in, and I just couldn't go in that direction. He's smart, you know. He got his little college thing, whatever,
Oh
et
yeah.
cetera. You know, he real smart person, no problems, cool, we cool. But the way that certain stuff that was happening, what I was seeing, I was like, I wanted me to act. Like they wanted me to do certain things, or they wanted to get right out. They wanted to get this type of madness out of me, and they wanted just for me to show it and be more, you know, active. Like I don't know, it just the way that they would start doing him a little bit. Like I didn't like how they did his edit because he's such like looking at his life outside of all that. It's like day and night. And I didn't watch their season, but I just knew. And reverting back to what we were saying on another season, I never really watched no other like full side minds. I watched a whole episode of y'all season for my YouTube, and I seen like clips from every other season. But when I look at it, like the way this guy was on this season, they threw my whole edit over this guy, and I'm just looking like, wow. And it was so sad because, and I hate when our people come on there and they buy into it because they low-key don't like that guy. Like, when you see the comments and stuff on the person from that season, they low-key don't like him. And when you just look under and it ain't really about people liking you, but when you just look over the comments, it's like, bro, you did all of that to get played. The producer just played you. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, how many times are y'all going to go back on this show after y'all? Because y'all can't tell me y'all not watching the show now over, like, the more indifferent seasons. Like, yeah, some people might really not know about it and just might do the show. But how many times y'all going to let the producer still get y'all this edit? Like, this, like, for instance, like, all of us smoke or all of us doing drugs or, you get what I'm saying? Like, why do they have up from me to now we on season 4, y'all still trying to cover Angela and all of them doing drugs, and you get what I'm saying? Even though I can't not place that on us, but what we do in our personal time is our personal time.
Right.
Definitely.
And I
Like I'm
told
not gonna ever sit there.
yeah, and I told the people, and they was like every black person, and I will say this because this has been an issue, a huge issue for me, who has did drugs. They're like, they're drug addicts. They need to go to rehab. They need some rehabilitation. Like they need to go. Like literally, after the show season 4, everybody was like, "You need to go to rehab. You're a drug addict. You're a drug addict. You're a drug addict." Even because I'm a skinny person in general. I'm just skinny by nature, and it's just genetics. Like I'm a little bigger now because I done gained weight, but I was really skinny. I was like 110, 115, and I probably went down a few pounds. People are like, "Oh, she does drugs. That's why she's so skinny." No, it's my genetics of why I'm so skinny. But yes, I did do drugs inside the jail, but it wasn't like crack, heroin. Like I didn't do anything like that, and I would never. Like that's not me. I know my breaking point. I know when to stop because I don't. Those drugs may be addictive to other people that they are. To me, it was not because I didn't have that issue. And I didn't like that. But for the men, if the men were to do it, or especially like, and mostly the people who did it were white, and that bothered me too. And it's just like, yeah, I'm so glad that they did it. They did it to fit in, or they did it because they had to. Like, I
I don't put any hate on him because he did drugs. Like, he did it because he had to do it, and I respect him for that. But then when I did it, I was a drug addict and I need to go to rehab, and I should have got kicked off the show. Mind
I
you,
feel I feel what you're saying because they said that about me. I seen a couple of comments that was like, "Oh, so what? Isaiah just wasn't supposed to do it. He was just supposed to. He had to do it to fit in and da 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 da." Like one, I smoked something because I didn't have a cigarette or nothing, which I don't smoke cigarettes no more. But I didn't have a cigarette or nothing, so I need something to smoke because I'm stressed out.
yeah,
So yes, 100%, I went and smoked a crack stick more than what they showed. Honestly, if we get, but it wasn't crack. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it wasn't crack, and that's where I say where like these supporters of the show, they go and they take and twist shit, and it's like, bro, like, did y'all not see them put up what's in a crack stick on the TV? Like a crack stick is like a black and mild. Like it's not. I didn't do crack. Like I didn't
Correct.
understand.
And people will always believe what they want to believe or whatever the case is, and I'm like, oh well, now, like, I feel like after this, like, whole Black Lives Matter movement like happened, and like the people of, like the killings happen with innocent Black people just dying. It's just like, oh, now they all want to speak out on the show, or people really want to speak out on what's going on. But like, people again fail to realize that a lot of people were tied to contracts, and if you don't jump or how high they ask you to jump, and if you don't continue to do things that they ask you to do and speak out, yeah, you do get ripped off of a show. You do get ripped out of anything that they're doing. Like, in general, if they want you to like do an interview or want you to be the host or whatever, you will get ripped out of that because you spoke up. And people don't understand that about the TV industry, just like the music industry. All these industries are just alike. If you are shut up and you're silent, you're going to get anything you want, even if it's wrong, even if you know it's wrong and you don't speak out. As long as you shut up and be quiet, and as long as we continue to pay you, it's okay. Like, it's going to be okay. You continue to do that because we going to continue to feed you the money to shut up. We're going to give you what you want. We're going to let you do whatever you want, and we're going to make you be quiet. And that's what it is, and people don't get that. But for me, no, I don't. I didn't continue to get paid. I didn't care about continuing to get paid. Like, of course, everybody loves money.
Right.
People love to be rich. You know what I'm saying? But might go like, oh, let me just shut up and be quiet because I want money from A&e. No, I did not give a damn. I still don't care. And honestly, if you want to be technical, our show, we should have got royalties for it, because every show that continues to air, you should get royalties, which we didn't. I can't say if anybody else did because I don't know, but I can say that we did not get royalties. So I don't know why everybody keeps thinking that we should have, but we did not.
We ain't get royalties, y'all. And it's just crazy because like what you was saying when you was like, oh, they want you to sit down, shut up, and etc. The reason why, when they did season 2, they did like a show. It was called an after show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you still. I don't know if they continued to do it on, like more seasons up to season 4. But they had a show where they will bring back participants from an older season, and they would talk talk about what's going on in your situation. And I was so like, after the reunion, that's when I really started to speak out because I peeped they was doing a lot of fuck shit, and like I started to speak up, and the more I started to speak up, the more like all the other cats was silent. Like everybody just was silent, like they didn't know what I was talking about. But then when you get to these other seasons, you start to hear people talk out. I'm like, damn, I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't crazy. Like, it's crazy because the more I spoke out, the more they distanced themselves towards from me, and the more it was like this bad energy, and like everybody else, and that's why you don't see me, besides my whole living situation, you didn't see me do the Word They Now show. Because at that point, it's like y'all not right. Like they did what they did was, I had a situation where I had money, a lot of money left over from the show, and I was finna get this apartment, right? I called, fuck it. This deserves to be out there. I called Eve. I don't know if Eve is still on your seasons or not,
Yeah.
but I called Eve and I said, and I was highly disappointed in her because Eve, I really felt like she was a good person. But I called Eve and I was like, Eve, hey, I didn't get back into, getting a job yet, but I do have, over this 10,000 amount of dollars left, right? And I'm like, can you co-sign because I don't have a job? So it's like I'm gonna need y'all to co-sign on this when they call you, when a apartment pays call you, so I can get this apartment. You know, they called and they said I don't work for them when I'm still in contract, so technically I still work for y'all, but I'm just not actively working for y'all. And I have over like 10,000 in the bank. I'm like, oh, like this the game. Like for any other participants that y'all had, you would have co-signed in a hurry. If that was your, your cop or your marine or your etc., y'all would have co-signed in a hurry. But when it come to me, you're not gonna call me. This all you had to do was say, you get what I'm saying? Like he worked there. It wasn't
Correct.
nothing
Because
illegal or anything.
technically,
But I
when you're on
technically
a
still work for y'all.
contract, you still work for them. And I don't know how long your contract was, but I do know ours was like another 2 years after we
2
signed
years
it.
or
So people
something.
don't understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
people don't get
years.
that. They're like, oh, if you're not on a show, you don't work for them no more. So you can't say it. So you can start saying stuff. And it wasn't like that. We literally had to wait 2 years until our full contract was up. Even though you didn't see us on anything or do anything, we still had to wait. Because had we said anything, mind you, yes, it's written in the contract that, hey, we can sue you all for $1 million, bitch. How you gonna sue us for $1 million when you didn't even pay us $1 million?
I don't have $1 million.
Where $1 million? Where am I gonna get it from? My ass? Like a million? You gonna sue me for $1 million? Cause I want you to take me to court. And so yeah, so I did. My contract was almost up, and I spoke out anyways because I said, baby, dog, if they gonna take me to court, they're not gonna get anything. Cause baby, I don't have $1 million. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna say what I
Right.
want to say, and they can. So they don't dollar budget. They all get paid. They're all doing well. I mean, I am now, thank goodness, and so are you. But I'm like, at that time,
Right.
like it wasn't like I had a big ass house because I didn't. Like at that time I didn't have a house. Like I had an apartment, I had a car, like I did what I wanted to do. I didn't like have all that stuff. And I'll be straight honest with you. So like if people wanted to really know that, like no, when I got out the show, I didn't have no big house. I didn't get shirts or anything together, say, hey, everybody buy my stuff. Mind you, a lot of people off the show did that, so they still wanted money. I didn't. I'm like, I just want to live my life and do whatever I want to do. I don't want to sell nothing. I don't want to do anything.
Listen,
I don't want to have
Steph,
my own business.
I lived in a motel for like 3 months. Why do you not? Lived in a motel for like 3 months after that. I went to go live somewhere, but their living situation was so different that I ended up having to leave, and I lived in a motel for like 3 months. And I really don't care no more because it's really not
Yeah.
out there like that. I mean, it made me mad, and this was really the straw that broke the camel back because in the mix of that 2 years, and this was still in 2016 when the show had aired. So I like when the show still was on at some point, I was like living in a motel watching the show. Like I had my shit in a motel, and it was just one of those situations where you had the chance to free me. And since I told you I'm not finna do the Where Are They Down show, y'all not gonna sign off on my apartment, and not just damn near risk my life for y'all. I could have got killed. And that's the thing. They don't understand. Somebody's going to die. Like
Yeah.
there's people in there. Somebody's really going to die. Like
Oh, somebody's
they're going
really
to
going to
find
get
somebody.
hurt.
Yeah, like people, like from my season, Jeff got hit in the face or whatever. And his nose was bleeding. But somebody's really going to die. Like, it's
Yeah,
sad to
but they
say,
don't
but like,
care. They don't care.
at
To them,
all.
it's all about money. And that's just like, oh, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Even though I did not, and I make this very clear, I did not have issues inside the jail. I held my own. In the crying
Right.
scenes, hell yeah. One of them scenes, I cried because I was getting tired. I was tired of lying. I was tired of being there. I was just fucking tired. I was tired of everything. Like, lying to those people day after day after day when you build a connection is exhausting and emotionally exhausting, and it's hard, and it's just heartbreaking that these women trusted me and I'm sitting here lying to them every fucking day. Like, that was so hard for me, and that's why I was crying. And the other crying scene, I did not cry. People was like, oh, Jackie left, so she was crying. No, that scene they put in there when I was crying. I never cried because she left. I never cried because I was on my own. I held my own regardless. And when she left, things actually got better, even better. People were happy that she left. Not just me. A lot of people were happy that she left because I was told something she said from another inmate when she left. And that's what really pissed me off, because I'm like, oh, she didn't say that before, but yet I checked on her constantly. And then I just will say, like, also, this is like so random. So for people watching this, because this seems to always happen to me, people, whether they follow me on Facebook or regardless, because they don't speak to me, they always like to screenshot some shit, videotape, and go on YouTube or do whatever they want to talk about me and say something. Tell me directly. Do not take a screenshot and grab this whole video because you're not willing to receive or understand what we're saying and talk about me. Like, I get, like, right, like, somebody always gotta be like, oh my god, you see she wore them glasses, look at her hair, it's a mess. Like, no, bitch, it's locks, it's still locking. Like, oh, her skin is so dark, look at what she had on. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, damn, don't go and say that, because people always got something to say. Like, oh my god, you see her, she looks so scary. Like, okay, like, no, just go on and say the facts. Like, so if you're going to grab something or snap something or go and tell somebody else, make sure you give them all the facts. And if anybody has any questions, you are more than happy to reach out to me or Isaiah and ask us, because I don't have a issue with talking to people or letting them know what I talked about. Like, it is what it is. And if you get mad, you get mad. But I said what it is, but I'm not going to sit there and hide it. But don't run off and tell somebody else, and then you go and tell somebody else. Like, I don't have time for all that. So I go on live clearly so we can talk, so I can tell people. So if you want to join, or if you just feeling froggy and want to hop in, go ahead.
Right.
I love you too.
My thing is like, I'm not gonna say I do or don't mind talking about it, but I've gotten to the point where, like, somewhat from the whole show situation, because, like, if you look on my anything, like, at the moment, from like Twitter to Instagram to like Facebook, I haven't talked about the show in a minute. I mean, I don't knock the people who been there to support me, because on Twitter I have a big, like, from Facebook, from Instagram, like, I have a big base on Twitter that just originally mess with me, and I appreciate y'all. But, like, it got to a point where, like, it's, you say something, it's like a producer calling your phone, or it's like another participant from a whole nother season you don't even know, like, you arguing with, like not too long ago, I'm minding my business. I said something about an All Lives Matter situation. I think you might have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And a participant from season 3 just and it's cool. I'm good to debate about anything you want to debate about if we being professional. But they got mad because a certain situation happened, and they like, oh, well, my friend died in the Twin Towers, and I'm like, okay, sorry to hear that, but that's not what the situation was about. We were saying this is how y'all seem when all lives, you get what I'm saying? And it's just like this same participant, and I don't never throw shit in nobody's face, but this same participant, after his season happened, I was the same one that was like, come, because I knew people still was messing with me a little bit. I was like, come on and do an interview with me. I got you. I'm going to bring you in, like, you good, bro. I got you. I'm the type person, like, I ain't with, all these other people just downplaying somebody and trying to make them seem like there's just this horrible person. Like, he got treated like shit on season 3, and he didn't even go. I forget his name because he's like Mexican or something, or Spanish. No, but yeah, I'm just like, come on, because I know they talking shit about you. Just come over my wing real quick. Like, come here. Like, you get what I'm saying? But it's just like, for you to sit there and get mad at me, it's just like, I don't know. These people from this, man, I don't know how they sit here and play this whole game for game and tat for tat situation. I don't just that's not me. Like I don't like tearing people down and you like they be I don't
Absolutely.
know these other participants is like really crazy. like
And
like
I'm gonna
for
piggyback off
real.
of that, and I definitely agree. And before I continue, oh, thank you. Somebody said like I was really real, and that's why she liked me. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that supports me
You
and other
are
people
like
as well.
you are though. When I look at your lives and stuff like that, and I just be saying like, yo, she's really funny. Like she real, but she funny as shit too. And that's why I fuck with you.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. And then she said, real recognize real, and you're truly my favorite person from that, and you made the season. I'm like, thank you, very much for understanding that I am a real person because literally there's nothing fake about me. Like I'm trying to find things on my body that's fake, but literally there's nothing fake about me. Period. I mean, I got braces. I don't know why that was a big deal. Like I got braces, and people like, oh, she got a brace. She got braces on. She got her teeth fixed. Her hair looks different. She got weave, which that wasn't weave. Like that was really my hair, but I had weave in jail. So I was like, I don't understand how all this stuff was like. I had a lot of issues with that show, and I'm the same with you. I distanced myself. Like I don't have that on my Instagram. I don't have it on my Facebook. I don't have anything for like connecting me with that show because for me that wasn't a good show, and I choose not to be associated with that show or nor other people who like. And if they want to be great, but like I still fuck with you. I fuck with Jazz. I mess with a lot of people from the show. However, I just
I
choose not to
love
associate
Jazz.
myself. Yeah, I do too. I choose not to
Shout out to
associate myself.
Jazz.
Shout out to you, girl. And everybody go buy her book. It's on Amazon. Go look at it, buy it, go on her page, go get
Oh
it.
wait,
It's a good read.
we plugging. So my SoundCloud link is in my bio. I just dropped my EP on July the 3rd. My birthday. Go check that out. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. But yeah,
Yeah.
she a real one. I just word.
Go support her. And yeah, I just live and do whatever. I don't have nothing coming out, but if I ever do, you'll know.
And it's crazy because I caught Jazz and what's his name Don David. I caught Jazz and David live one time, and I was just sitting there looking, and I was like, I'm so glad that the black people got realer over the seasons because don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong, season two, like I fuck with Dion and you know and I was about to say Quadi and Quentin, but like I feel like over time, like we had this thing with speaking out and like just being authentic and like Jazz is like Jazz is like Jazz is that. Like I feel like David, even though you know it's a lot of controversy going around David, and I heard about his season, him blowing the whole thing up or whatever
And I
it
don't really know
was.
what happened to that. We could also be quick to be like, oh, David shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have been like that. But I honestly, I don't
But
know
I don't know.
anybody. I don't know why he did that. I don't know his behind story. Something could have happened behind the scenes that we don't know about, and that's why he did
Like
it. Like I literally don't know why he did it. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know if they told him to do it. See, that's the thing. There could be so many caveats because they did the same thing on season 4. And every season was like, oh, I'm gonna blow my cover. I'm gonna blow the cover. I'm gonna blow everybody's cover. And it's just like I don't understand that. So I will say, like,
with
I can't
Steve,
say who's
with Steve
Steve
on your
who
season,
Steve who.
it's this
Look,
guy
I'm
named
like, damn,
Steve.
who is Steve? No, I don't think Steve was on ours.
That's season 5. It was this guy off season 5, and he like, you know, I'm about to blow my cover story if y'all don't, you know, get me the fuck. He said if y'all don't get me the fuck out of here or something like that, and they were showing how they put a note underneath the door for Steve or something, and then Steve got mad, and then like a lot of people on you know YouTube and the internet was getting mad at the whole Steve situation, and they really didn't understand that when you put a note underneath the door and it's coming from somebody, you look all types of ways. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think Steve overthought it a little bit, it was just different. And I'm like, you know, I see everybody hate this Steve character about that situation. And I looked and seen that situation, but it's like if they slid me a note under the door, I would be mad as shit too. Like, why are y'all sliding me notes? Like I already look crazy, and and at that y'all 5 seasons in. So people go in there and they know. Like for instance, I tell you this off the bat. Nobody knows this. I probably told this story one other time. The first day I went into classifications, I was sitting on the ground. This guy with dreads walked up to me, and he was like, "What's up? What's your name? What you here for?" Da da da. And I was like, "What?" Because he was kind of talking fast. I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "I'm here because," and he was like, "You from 60 Days In?" It did this. They used to fuck with people. Like, they came in there. They used to say like, "You from 60 Days In? You 60 Days In?" I kept my calm, my cool. He waved it off and he walked away. So I didn't know what was going to happen. This is like my first hour within the jail. You don't see it. It's not shown. I still don't know if they had cameras and classifications or not. But it was one of those things where it was like, you know, at that point in time, in the moment, like, what was I going to do? You get what I'm saying? And another thing is like, when y'all go into these situations, and I don't know if y'all had paperwork on y'all season, and let's hint at this. They hold up.
We had to pause for a second, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm walking around. I need me a drink.
It's gonna be like 40 cents. Cool.
I know. We ain't finished all that. But while he's doing that, and when he comes back, I just want to say I hope y'all are like really understanding the point of the show and what it entails and what happens. And also, like, if you want to support people, go ahead and support them. But at the end of the day, just know, like, it is what it is, like what we're saying. And we ain't trying to lie or anything. And just know this probably my last time talking about this, unless somebody reach out to me and want to talk about the show. Then other than that, and the stereotypes that happens, and just know I don't feel the need that something needs to be out there and said about them. And if y'all don't know, if I was lying, 60 Days In wouldn't have blocked me. So I can't even comment. A lot of people, not just me, I can't even comment on their website because they blocked me from commenting. So they let me share, but they don't let me comment.
Hello?
So I don't share either. But
Yeah, but it was this situation where like they what was I saying? Oh, it was a situation where like damn, what the fuck was I about to tell you? It was a
oh, I know.
situation. What?
It was something about Steve and a situation. Or
Oh
was it
no,
that?
it was a situation. Oh, it was a situation where I didn't have any paperwork. Telling them, I needed paperwork, and what they did was they like I told them a couple of times. It was a same person that kept asking me like, "Yo, you good? Like they holding you here hostage, bro." Da, 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 all this other stuff, but he genuinely cared, and it was the situation where like, "Yo, when y'all gonna give me a paperwork?" And they made that look like my first week, which they lied and said it was my first week, which it wasn't, and they aired it on like they said it was my first, and it wasn't, and they made it seem like I was just complaining and like I just wanted to leave, and that wasn't a situation at all. I wanted them to give me paperwork, and after that, I don't know if it's on y'all season or not, but I know it was one season that they gave them paperwork,
Yeah,
like
one
fake
hour.
paperwork. Y'all's
Yeah, we didn't have that. No.
no. Well, it I don't think it was season 2, but season 3, I think they had paperwork or something because they did a whole like they lied, like they literally sat there in the editing room lied and said, um, Isaiah is upset for this reason, and I really just wanted paperwork. And then when I walked out the pod, I'm scratching my face because when you sleep on a mat, it's cotton. So I got cotton on my face, and I'm rubbing my face, and they made it when I walking out the pod. They made it look like I was like I had like a tear or some shit. Like I was like wiping my face from not crying, and I was
Yeah.
just like, wow. And they made I still got it. Like I saved a whole bunch of memes and stuff and everything that people that made, and I put it in like a Dropbox, and
Mhm.
it's just crazy because like they made it seem like it was one thing and it wasn't. I was just asking like, yo, could I get some paperwork or something? And it's just crazy how at that time they tried to play me. Like from the beginning, they was giving me this fuck edit where they was just trying to play me the whole time.
That's crazy. Like that's like really fucked up how to try to do people. Like I just cannot with that. Like I just cannot. And like as much as I want to like, because I know people like, oh well, the producers like yes, the producers do still follow me, but we do not speak. And I don't think that I don't think that they want to speak to me, nor do they care. But they also know that I'm going to say what I want to say about the situation and how they make people out to be. They know that I'm going to speak out on it. But sometimes I think they too believe like, oh, if she's the only one speaking out on it, nobody's going to believe her because
Of
everybody think
course, of
everybody thinks
course.
she was crazy anyways, and that's how the producers believe. Like we made her out to be crazy. Everybody thinks she's crazy, so whatever she says, people are not going to believe it, and we're gonna continue to do what I want to do. But see, knowing me, I would reach out to anybody I feel like reaching out to, and do an interview on this show specifically on what it entailed and how it was and how they portrayed people because it was really messed up how they did people's character and thereafter how we had to live with it for years to come. I mean, and now it got a lot better for me, but still from years to come, how we had to endure
Yeah.
it and deal with it mentally and physically and just like emotionally, like that was just really messed up. And I know I said this before when you was like walking away. A&E does not let me comment on their post. I got blocked from commenting. They do
You
not
got
allow me.
blocked?
Yeah, they don't allow me to comment. They block me.
Why you get blocked?
They blocked me and Jazz. We cannot comment.
Word?
Yeah, they blocked us.
Why Jazz get blocked? That's
We
crazy.
got now. She said she got blocked because she was responding to somebody who was talking about her. She responded back. They blocked her from commenting. For me, somebody was like saying stuff, and I wasn't even arguing with him. I was just telling facts. And I guess A&E saw it and they blocked me from commenting. So they let people say whatever they want to say, but we can't comment back.
You wanna know what's crazy? In my season, I've seen me comment on stuff and then me go back to the post where I commented at
Delete it.
and my shit and my it had disappeared.
They
I lied
deleted
to you
it.
not. Like, yeah, they I'm not blocked because I unfollowed them like a long time ago because I don't like seeing none of that on my timeline. But
Hmm.
like they definitely 100%. Like they blocked like they didn't block me, but they yeah, they be deleting my stuff too.
Hell yeah, they said a bitch said
Of
what?
course.
Delete, block. We don't want to hear none of that. We don't want our fans to see that. And then I don't mean to talk about people, but the other person who I told you about, and I can't really fuck with him like before. I remember he inboxed me. And he's like, "Hey, I know they said some stuff about like editing, and I understand now about the editing process. But then I guess like, and I do respect him on like, if you want to be a Bible person, you go ahead and be that. I do respect him for that. And I'm like, if you want to do you, boo. You understand
Oh,
what
I
I'm
know what you're
saying?
talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
However, the thing that I just disagreed on him about, which is why I stopped following
Oh,
him
wait,
or why
wait,
I
wait, wait,
unfriended
wait.
him.
Wait. It's two Bible guys, right?
No, it's only one.
From your season?
No, no, I don't think of them as Bible people. They're just funny ass people. They're not Bible folks.
I think we talked about it before in Messenger, right?
Yeah, but they're not Bible folks. The
Oh,
one, the one from the last season, he was like the Bible person.
yeah, I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
Him, I just didn't agree with him on the simple fact was, and I would say this like I don't have anything against him. I don't agree with him, and I didn't want to see that post anymore. So I unfriended him. Like I can't take to see uh cast members or participants from the show and then they post stuff about whatever it is, like they support Trump, they like all this stuff, but like I just can't stand with that because it's just not me. Like I can't, and again, it's not nothing against them personally. I can't stand for like people posting about Trump and Trump 2020, and he's such a great person. I'm confused. Like, if he's such a great person in his campaign rallies, why is he talking about the $1 million planes he paid for, or walking off the ramp, or spilling water on his teeth, or like complaining about saluting military soldiers? Like, why is he complaining about all that stuff if he's such a great person and he doesn't care, and then he thinks we're like a hate group? Like, and that's why I can't get down with like him or any other participants, because they're like, oh, but that's wrong to do that, and I support him, and we shouldn't
They act like
defund the police. Like, and I'm just
they
like,
it's crazy because what they didn't made are what they didn't made the BLM situation about. They didn't made that about like looting and stuff now, and that's not even really what it's about. But they try to take anything and turn it into everything to try to make themselves feel better. Like, nobody's saying that we don't like y'all, we just matter right now. You get what I'm saying?
correct. And I remember somebody told me, like, because this lady, I was talking to her, and she was like, oh, maybe you're
I got a
racist.
story
And
to
I'm
tell
like,
you.
I don't think that.
After you.
I was like, I don't
got a
think I
story to tell you.
am. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna listen to it. I was like, I don't think I am racist, because first of all, my fiance is white. Second of all,
Right.
that is, I've in the past, that's what I've dated. Third of all, my family member, my papa is white personally. He's white, and I got family members that's mixed. So I'm trying to figure out on what green's earth that I'm racist. And I'm like, and I'm not quick to call people racist. I'm really not. I like to hear you out and debate with you, and then I personally, my opinion is my opinion of you, but I don't be like, oh, you're racist. Like, I don't. That's not me.
But no, it's crazy because I had this is my thing too. If you follow me, like, and I still get these follows, and I don't know why these people follow me. If you from, like, just because you watch me on the show, you don't gotta follow me, because it'd be a lot of racist people, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it'd be a lot of racist people that follow me from 60 Days In, and you'll look on their timeline, and it's like Confederate flags and all this other shit, and it's like, yo, don't follow me if it's all you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta follow me just because you like me on there or whatever the case may be. Don't follow me. Like, this lady, she followed me. She wrote on my page. She said, oh, you must be out of school now, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's another thing. A&e, and to get off them real quick, but I gotta address this topic. A&e sat there and said on the Where Are They Now show, they said Isaiah declined due to studying for school and books and stuff like that. I never went back to school. So now we just lying because I never went back to school. You get what I'm saying?
That's what they
do.
It
just it kills me because they sat there, they put it on the site. I never told them. I told them I got accepted in the schools, and they said before I declined to do the Where Are They Now show, they was going to do scenes with me going to schools and seeing what type of schools I like. I never said I went back to school. And now this lady, her post is still on my wall. She said, oh, you must be done school by now, and et cetera, et cetera. I couldn't personally, I couldn't go back to school because, one, you got to be 24 to get financial aid unless you fill out like a homeless document or et cetera, et cetera. And at the moment, for the homeless document that I was trying to get people to fill out, nobody would fill it out for me, so I couldn't go back because I didn't have the right financial aid. I'm 24 now, so I can, and I've been looking into it, and like I've been in touch with this one school, but I mean, it just blows my mind that like they sat there and lied 4 to 5 years ago, and now you got people coming on my page, and it's still on there. I think, yeah, it's still on there. I didn't delete her comment. It's still on there. She said, "Oh, you must be done school by now," and et cetera, et cetera. I never even started. This was the Where Are They Now, and then people wonder why I wasn't the only one that did the Where Are They Now, and that's what kind of killed me about, I love Barbara, don't get me wrong, that's my road dog, but it kind of killed me because I feel like she could have spoke up a little bit more, because she didn't do the Where Are They Now show either. We was the only two people from our season that didn't do the Where Are They Now show, and a lot of people would ask me, why you didn't do the Where Are They Now show. And I just tell them like, I don't like, what was portrayed, etc. But when you don't got both people speaking out, we supposed to be moving the same way, it makes it harder for me. Because then it just look like, oh, Isaiah just got a problem with them, angry black person, etc., etc. And it's not the case.
Correct. And I also will say, like, first of all, I didn't even know, like, this is so funny. I did not even know you were 24. Like, bitch, I thought you was like my age, because I'm a blessing away from 30.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I thought you were my age.
No. Ain't nothing wrong being 29 though, but I just turned 24.
That is crazy, because I could have, like, that's so funny. Like, I guess, people hold themselves in a certain manner. And I'm like, damn, like, I think he my age. And then when he was like, you 24, I'm like, damn, he only 24. Oh my God, I remember when I was 24. I'm like, damn, I'm a blessing away in a God's blow from 30. Like, Lord have mercy.
The crazy thing is, I forgot, it was one night we were sitting in Clark County, and somebody was like, we were just talking whatever like we usually do, and somebody was like, how old are you? And I was like, yes. And they was like, this was at the time I was like 19, because I did the show when I was 19. They was like, you about 24, 25. Like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, no. They was like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 19. And everybody was stuck, because I don't know. Me personally, and it kind of hurt me because they had a real story that they could have showed about me, and they didn't show it. And it could have really like touched fans. And like, I used to have people hit me up like, yo, like when I used to speak out online, they'd be like, yo, I know what you're going through. Like you like you get what I'm saying? Like I really relate to you a lot. And I'm like, y'all could have really helped people out.
Right.
But y'all want to show some same old American story that we've seen 1,000 times, and it's not the case. Like, it's
Correct.
not the situation.
Like, that's like insane. But like, what I will say, because I definitely do want to talk more. Like, even if it's just us in general, I will say that because my ass got to eat. I'm so damn hungry. But I will say that I definitely respect you for like coming on here and talking and wanting to talk to me and just sharing your story with everybody who didn't understand or grasp like what we dealt with or the situations that we faced thereafter. Like, I definitely appreciate that. And I hope that something will come out of it. Now, what I would say, I don't think that there's a glimpse of hope for something coming out of it for anybody who dealt with what we had to deal with, and nobody should ever have to deal with what we had to deal with on the show. But I would say that again, I don't want an apology, and I want to hear at the end when you want to, like, what you want from the show or go moving forward. But like, I don't want an apology. I just want them to acknowledge what they did and what it was, like, for the truth, and not sugarcoating stuff or not speaking about it or to being silent about it and be like, oh, don't talk to her, because that's not what happened. Like, because that's not a way that we move forward and help the situation that is a problem, that still is a problem, and that was an issue when we did it.
And what I feel like I want to come out of it is, I want people to own up for their actions, especially the producers. I want them to really just take accountability. I want them to really just show real stories. If y'all gonna continue doing this show real stories that's gonna touch people that's in certain situations that feel like it's no hope left. Like, show real stuff. Like, don't sit there and produce stuff. Show more stuff that's really happening. Don't keep playing this everybody's on drugs situation card, or don't keep, you know what I mean? Like, just keep picking the same stories. Like, I want to see like a Cardi B story or something. Like, if you ever watched her come up from the ground on up, her story was beautiful. No matter what they tried to make her seem like, her story was beautiful coming up. If you from nothing, you came from nothing on to something. Like, I love stuff like that. Like, I don't, like, we keep seeing these same American stories of these soldiers, and like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate y'all for your service. I got some military people in my family, but it's just, stop showing the same stuff and actually show stuff that's real, and stop lying on people and putting people in situations that could possibly get them hurt or killed, and stop,
Right.
like playing with people's lives. You get what I'm saying? Like, stop playing
Facts.
with people, mental health, their lives, their insanity. Like, people really, like, I done seen some people far from me. I done seen some people really, like, because by the grace of God, I brought myself back together because I was really breaking after that. But I done seen some people really break under pressure
Mm-hmm.
and really get embarrassed, and it's just one of those things where it's like, just be honest, be real, stop lying,
And that's
stop
what I want
just
too. Like, just don't lie. And for everybody who thought I was lying my own self, I am really gay. Okay, I really love women. Like, that's not something of, because everybody was like, "Oh, that's something she put on." That's not an act I put on after the show to go with a woman. I
mhm.
also, because people was like, "Oh, you're trying to be like Angel." No, I'm never trying to be like Angel. I never was. I have a lot of respect for her. I wish her well in her endeavors and her future, and I hope she leads to greatness. You know what I'm saying? But I, however, am never trying to be like her. No other participant. I'm always trying to be like myself. And I have always liked women. Like, I know there was like, "Oh, you've been with a man." That is a whole different story in itself on why it transpired that way. Because me and him know the whole story, the real story, but y'all don't. Everybody was just like, "Oh, she was with a man and he left her." No, he didn't leave me. But again, we were still friends when we did the show. But it was like we were together. We act like we were together, but we weren't. Baby doll, because I had a, I don't know if she gonna watch this
I
because she's
like
not.
you saying,
Baby doll, I
I
had
don't
a
know what's
crush.
going on right now.
I had a crush on my doctor. I just want to say that, anyways. Like, I was loving women all the time, but because everybody thought I was straight, like everybody was like, "Oh, she's faking to be gay." Like, after the show, like everybody was like, she was faking to like women. She's faking. I'm like, who's gonna fake to? I'm sorry to say this, but who the hell is gonna fake to eat pussy? Who's gonna fake to kiss another woman? I don't know
Right,
who does that, but that wasn't me. Like, no,
right.
no.
No, real right, real right.
You know,
Like,
sometimes I don't
I
got no
totally,
filter, so I just say what it is. But I definitely want us
no,
to
I
pick
know
up. I'm gonna
facts.
text you. I'm gonna text you after this live
Of
because I'm about to end
course.
it. But I'm gonna text you and let my hungry ass eat, cause baby, you know I be hungry.
Yeah, I'm about to go to the store myself, probably get some Ritas real quick. I've been at work this whole time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I had two people interrupt me and all, but yeah. But
Uh,
I thank you for speaking. I just thank you personally for just speaking out in general, because I looked like a fish on a log by myself for a while, and that's another reason why I left Facebook for like 2 to 3 years and just let my
mhm.
page sit, because a lot of people just made it seem, especially producers, try to make people seem they're crazy. So I just really thank you for speaking out, because even if we the only two people who speak up for now, eventually in the future it'll be somebody else. Hopefully,
Definitely,
the conversation is open. If y'all ever want to have a conversation, a good conversation, and get something out of it, me and Steph always welcome to talk. Whoever y'all want to talk to, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And you know, I always like we gonna talk even after this. I wish you the best. I wish you nothing but greatness in your future. And I want you to, coming from me, I want you to succeed and do whatever you want to do in your future. And I hope whatever you want to do in your future comes to light and it comes full term for you.
Oh, thanks, friend. Same here, but I'm gonna get out of here. You enjoy your food. I appreciate you.
I
All right,
am. Okay. Love you.
love you too.